Have you ever been so close to finishing something and then suddenly you feel like quitting?
That happens to me all the time. I start feeling excited and full of energy, and then slowly I get tired and just want to stop.
Not sleepy tired, not the kind where you need a nap. I mean that inside tired feeling, the one that whispers, you can finish tomorrow.
Yes, that voice is very convincing. And then tomorrow comes, and the goal is still there waiting for you.
So here's the question. When you feel tired, should you stop? Or does feeling tired actually mean you're almost done? Today, we're talking about that exact moment, the moment when most people give up.
Stay with us. Let's begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Miss English Channel, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Emily.
Hello, Emily, and hello to all our amazing listeners. I'm so happy to be here today, and I'm feeling very inspired.
Inspired. That's a beautiful word. Paul, why are you feeling inspired today?
This morning, I saw a quote on a big sign near the gym. It said, "Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done."
Wow, that's powerful. Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. I really love that sentence.
Me too. But honestly, it's difficult. When I'm tired, I truly want to sit down and forget everything.
I understand. When we're tired, our body wants rest. But today, we're talking about how to keep going and actually finish what we start.
This topic is perfect for English learners. Sometimes learning a language feels long and heavy, especially after a busy day.
Yes, you study vocabulary, you practice speaking, and then one day you feel tired of making mistakes.
And that is usually the moment when people think about quitting.
So, Paul, have you ever wanted to stop something just because you were tired?
Oh, almost every day. But I have a real story from last weekend.
I love real stories. What happened?
I decided to fix my big bookshelf in the living room. It was very shaky and honestly a little dangerous.
Yes, I remember that bookshelf. It looked like it could fall at any moment.
Exactly. So on Saturday morning, I went to the store, bought some tools, and started working. I thought, this is easy. I can finish in 1 hour.
1 hour? That sounds very confident.
I was confident, but after 2 hours, I was still working. My back hurt, my hands were dirty, and my apartment felt hot and uncomfortable.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
It wasn't. I sat on the floor and looked at the bookshelf. It was in many pieces. I thought, I want to stop. I want to order pizza and watch a movie.
That sounds very tempting. So, did you stop?
I almost did. I even picked up my phone. But then I looked at all my books on the floor. If I stopped, my living room would stay messy all week.
Sometimes we want comfort now, but we forget about the problem tomorrow.
Exactly. So I told myself, don't stop because you are tired. Stop when the bookshelf is strong.
And what happened?
I worked the whole day. I finished at 10 at night. I was exhausted, but when I put the last book on the shelf, I felt amazing. I was still tired, but I was proud because I was done.
That feeling is special. When you finish something, your body may be tired, but your heart feels light.
Yes, that's exactly how it felt. What about you, Emily? Do you have a similar story?
I do. Mine is about running.
Running? That already sounds tiring.
Last month, I decided to run 5 kilometers. For some people, that's short, but for me, it felt very long.
5 kilometers is serious.
I started in the park. The first 2 kilometers were great. I felt strong. I was listening to music and enjoying the fresh air.
That sounds perfect.
But around kilometer 4, everything changed. My legs felt heavy, my breathing became difficult, and my mind started telling me to stop.
I know that voice. It says, go home, you can try again tomorrow.
Exactly. My body wanted comfort, my brain wanted an excuse, and for a moment I really wanted to quit.
That moment is very important. What did you do next?
I looked ahead and saw the finish line in the distance. It was far away, but I could see it clearly, and I had to make a decision.
So you saw the finish line in the distance. Even though it was far away, it gave you something clear to move toward, and that made a difference.
Yes, it really did. I told myself that if I stopped at kilometer 4, I would think about it all evening and feel disappointed. I didn't want that heavy feeling later.
That's honest. The tired feeling is loud in the moment, but the regret can stay much longer than we expect.
Exactly. So I decided to keep moving, even if I was very slow. I wasn't trying to be fast anymore. I was just trying not to stop.
That shift is important. You changed your goal from run well to just finish. Sometimes we need to simplify the goal when we feel tired.
Yes, I stopped thinking about speed and started thinking about completion. And step by step, even though my legs felt heavy, I moved closer to the end.
And when you finally crossed that line, what was going on inside you?
My body was completely tired, but inside, I felt calm and proud. I sat on the grass, breathing hard, but smiling because I knew I didn't quit when it was difficult.
That kind of pride is quiet but powerful. It doesn't shout, but it stays with you.
Yes, and I think many English learners experience their own kilometer 4. They study grammar, they learn vocabulary, and then suddenly everything feels confusing.
They start thinking, why can't I remember these words? Why do I still make small mistakes?
And that is often the moment when progress is happening. When something feels harder, it can mean your brain is building new connections.
I like that idea. Difficulty is not always a sign to stop. Sometimes it's a sign that you are growing into something bigger.
Exactly. If you stop when you are tired, you stay where you are. But if you continue, even slowly, you move forward.
Forward is enough. Not perfect, not impressive, just forward.
And something unexpected helped me during that run.
The dog story, right? I'm still thinking about that fluffy dog.
Yes, when that dog dropped the ball under my feet, I had to jump and move in a very strange way. People around me started laughing.
That could have felt embarrassing, especially when you were already tired.
It did for a second, but then I started laughing too. And that laughter changed my mood. It gave me a small burst of energy.
That's interesting. Sometimes we take ourselves too seriously when we are tired. A little humor can break the tension.
Yes, for a moment, I forgot about the pain in my legs. I was just a person in the park laughing at a silly situation.
That's a good reminder for English learners, too. If you say something wrong and people smile, maybe you can smile as well.
Exactly. A small mistake is not the end of the world. Sometimes it even becomes a funny memory that helps you relax.
So when you feel tired of speaking English, maybe you don't need to stop. Maybe you just need to breathe, laugh, and continue.
That's a beautiful way to say it. And Paul, when you feel tired in the middle of a project, what do you usually do?
I use something very simple. I call it the 5-minute rule.
I like the sound of that. How does it work exactly?
When I feel like quitting, I don't tell myself to finish everything. I just say, do 5 more minutes. That feels small and possible.
So you lower the pressure instead of fighting your tired feeling.
Yes, after 5 minutes, I often feel a little better. My brain realizes the task is not as terrible as it imagined.
And then you continue?
Usually, yes. I say, okay, just 5 more. Step by step, without forcing myself, I reach the end.
That's smart, because the hardest part is often restarting after we pause. If we never fully stop, it's easier to keep going.
Exactly. It's not about being a superhero. It's about being patient with yourself while still moving forward.
I think that's important for our listeners to hear. You don't need huge motivation every day. Sometimes you just need 5 more minutes.
And those 5 minutes can become the difference between quitting and finishing.
So maybe feeling tired is not always a sign to stop. Sometimes it's just a sign that you are close to something meaningful.
Yes, and if you can pass that moment, even slowly and imperfectly, you discover a stronger version of yourself on the other side.
You know, Paul, I think many people confuse stopping with resting. They think if they feel tired, the only option is to quit completely.
That's true, but resting and quitting are very different things. Resting is temporary, quitting feels final.
I like that distinction. Resting is like pressing pause. Quitting is like deleting the whole project.
Exactly. If you are learning English and your brain feels full, it's okay to rest for a short time, but that doesn't mean you close your notebook forever.
Yes, a short break can give you energy, but quitting removes the chance to improve.
I always imagine it like a car on a long road trip. You stop at a gas station to get fuel, but you don't move into the gas station and live there.
That image is very clear. You refuel and then you continue the journey.
And sometimes the break is what helps you finish. If you push too hard without resting, you might feel even more tired later.
So the key is intention. Are you resting to continue or are you stopping to escape?
That's a powerful question. If you answer it honestly, you usually know what you need to do next.
It reminds me of my guitar story. When I put the guitar in the closet, I told myself I was done, but in reality, I was just tired of the pain.
In pain can make us think we are not good enough, even when we are simply beginners.
Yes, my fingers hurt and the sound was terrible. I thought maybe I didn't have talent.
But talent often grows after persistence. Most skills feel uncomfortable at the beginning.
That's true. When I started again, I changed my approach. I practiced only 10 minutes a day. That felt manageable.
So you didn't try to be perfect, you just tried to be consistent.
Exactly, and slowly the pain became less. My fingers became stronger and the sound became clearer.
That is such a good example for language learners. When you start speaking English, your sentences might sound strange to you.
Yes, and that feeling can be uncomfortable, but discomfort is part of growth.
If you wait until your English is perfect before speaking, you might wait forever.
That's such an important point. Done does not mean perfect. It simply means you reached the goal you set for today.
Like my bookshelf, it's not perfect. There's a small scratch and one shelf is slightly crooked.
But it holds your books, right? It works.
Exactly. If I tried to make it perfect, I might still be working on it. Instead, I chose to finish it and enjoy the result.
That mindset can change everything. When you speak English, your goal is communication, not perfection.
Yes, if your friend understands you, you are done with that conversation. That is success.
I love that idea. Communication, not perfection.
And the more you finish small tasks, the easier it becomes to finish bigger ones.
Like building a muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Exactly. If you finish learning 10 words today, tomorrow you feel more confident to learn 10 more.
And confidence grows from action, not from waiting.
That's right. Sometimes we think we need motivation first, but often motivation comes after we take action.
That's such a good reminder. Start small, continue slowly, finish what you begin.
Even if it's something simple, like listening to one full podcast episode without stopping.
Yes, that already shows persistence. You stayed until the end.
And that habit of finishing can spread into other areas of your life.
I feel like we are reaching our own finish line for this episode.
Yes, and interestingly, I don't feel tired at all. I feel energized by this conversation.
Me too. Let's recap for our listeners so everything is clear and simple.
We talked about the quote, "Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done."
We shared the story of your shaky bookshelf and how you worked all day to make it strong.
And we shared your 5-kilometer run and the small dog that made you laugh at the hardest moment.
We also discussed the 5-minute rule, which helps when you feel like quitting.
And we explained the difference between resting and quitting. Rest is temporary, quitting feels final.
Most importantly, we learned that done is better than perfect, especially when learning English.
Yes, because waiting for perfection can stop you from speaking at all.
If you are still listening now, you are already practicing your English. You did not stop halfway.
That means you are moving forward even if you don't always notice it.
Paul, I think we are officially done for today.
Yes, mission accomplished.
Thank you so much for this conversation. It was honest and encouraging.
Thank you, Emily. I always feel more motivated after we talk.
And thank you to our wonderful listeners. We truly believe in you and your journey.
Before you go, please subscribe to Miss English channel and give this video a like if you are going to finish your goals this week.
Leave a comment and tell us one thing you are going to finish today.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep smiling.
Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.